YouTube, what is going on? It is Hunter here. Welcome back. It has been a very long time since I've made a video, and yeah, so I decided that, park somewhere and just have a chat instead of doing it in my room. And I gotta say, a lot of stuff has happened all today. You know, I'm not sure what I'm gonna title this. Actually, I do. I'm gonna title this video of realizing a lot of things. Okay, so the reason why I decided to make this video was because I've been sitting around just thinking a lot about all the things I've done, all the things I've achieved, and all the things I haven't done and haven't achieved yet. And more of the matter is realizing, what am I doing with my life, and feeling lost, not finding a purpose in life. And I know that there is a purpose out there for me. It's just, what is it? I ask myself that almost every single day. Well, not really, but it's getting to the point where I'm realizing, like I said, a lot of things as I'm going to title the video. Now, just not too long ago, I had to take my mom to the ER because her sides were hurting and she had like kidney stones or something. So I just hope nothing but the best for my family and a speedy recovery. Because I was just at home like 30-40 minutes ago, made myself a snack, and I was just chilling. And then I relapsed on porn again because I had nothing better else to do. I could have played games. The time I'm up right now, I could be using to learn to do things, but just that's where I feel lost, because I have all these ideas, I have all these things, it's just not putting it into action, and also knowing the fact that manifesting is very important. It's probably one of the most important things that I've learned that I've done. I mean, if it wasn't for manifesting, I wouldn't have got this car that I'm sitting in now. Yeah, I financed it, but it's just paying this thing off and then having a means of transportation and being debt free, because being in debt is basically slavery, and everything. Also, a couple other things I realized is, my drug use, the biggest, and I consider these drugs as well, weed, obviously it's a drug, right? Eating out, technically to me, is a drug, and porn is also a drug. I mean, it's just easy, quick dopamine to get you happy and excited. Then you feel all sad and depressed again. You know what I mean? And knowing that I'm an introvert, I'm very introverted. I like to be alone, and it's just it gets depressing, But at the same time, being alone a lot is peaceful, because I'm surrounded by all these energies almost every day. Where I work, I'm surrounded by customers. I work in the service industry, so being surrounded by coworkers, all these different energies and stuff, and it's like, man, it's just too much to handle sometimes. And I feel at peace when I'm alone, because I don't have to think about negative things. I don't want to take risk when I should be taking risk, when I should, like, this era of my life right now, in my 20s. I'm 23, by the way, okay? I'm 23 years old. And right now, you see me sober, okay? I'm not, well, I have the Nick Elf bar, It's not good for you either, but, I mean, it's just nothing but cheap dopamine, all day, every day. And it's every single day, and then you work 8 hours a day, and then if you're so freaking exhausted and tired and mentally exhausted, that it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna cook a meal at home, I have all this food at home, and then you end up picking something up to eat. That's what I was doing like almost every night, and looking at my account like, what the fuck, my account hasn't been in the positive. And also realizing that I have to live below my means, like really live below my means, because inflation's at all-time high. Yeah, don't get me wrong, people out there would tell you like, oh, like little minor things are just $1 or $2, buying furniture, blah blah blah. It's like, no, it's not about that. It's like, you already got that stuff, you already have what you need. It's more of now just saving that damn money that you'd be spending on that stuff, And going back to the drug addiction stuff, porn is an addiction, it's a drug addiction in my opinion, because you're like playing with yourself to somebody that you would never have sex with, you know what I mean? And it's just cheap dopamine. And you know, I was off and on. I was an off and on streak. I went, I think, 2-3 months without no porn, and I was at an all-time high in my life. And then I relapsed, and then there was another week where I was watching it every night, every day, you know, before work, you know, and then I'll come home, watch it again, you know, and it's just not beneficial. Like, porn isn't beneficial. It's just more of just, you know, it makes you antisocial. It makes you look at women in a way that you shouldn't be looking at them. Like, you shouldn't be looking at them like objects. You know, they're human too. They're just like us. You know, just like us guys. And I know the benefits of NoFap. You know what I mean? And it's just hard to go on that streak. But the streak I've been on for a long time, for a while, almost a month, maybe 2 months. I don't know. I haven't kept track, but working out. I've been consistently going to the gym 3 days a week, 1 rest day. Tomorrow's my rest day. I hit legs today. You know, and I noticed when I work out, there was a couple times I worked out high, and I was finding benefit from it. I was having fun working out high, and then I kept doing it, and then it was getting to the point where I was feeling way fatigued because I was smoking vaping weed. I wasn't consuming it like an edible, you know. And it got to the point where it wasn't beneficial. I felt more fatigued. I felt tired. I was like, oh my God, I got anxiety. You know, like, weed just for me, it just gives me anxiety when I'm in social situations. I had this, I don't know why I had this facade where I thought that weed would enhance my social experience. In reality, it does not do that. Me being sober, like what I am right now, I'm more social, I'm more outgoing. And, you know, you feel drained when you watch porn. You know, you watching porn every day, like once or twice, you jerking off 2-3 times a day, you're freaking drained. You're mentally and physically drained, you know, and you shouldn't do that. If you're watching porn right now, you should really stop doing that and go on this NoFap journey, you know. And it's No Nut November, and then I relapse in November, you know what I mean? And if you can at least go 30 days, just try a month. The first few days is gonna suck because you're gonna be thinking about porn 24/7. You're gonna be thinking about boobs, ass, titties. When you go out in public, you might stumble upon a girl, but then you're gonna have anxiety overwhelm you because you're gonna be afraid to approach them. In this society, in this generation, it's more, and it's probably been around for generations before. In this modern day, it's so hard to date, to be honest. But it's always common that the guy always approaches the girl first. You know what I mean? And it's very rare for a girl to approach you first. And I've had that. And I'm going to get to that in a little bit. But if I can go on the streak, if you can go on the streak, we can both fucking do it and become the men we need to become, because the pros outweigh the cons when you're on NoFap. Outweigh the cons by a significant amount. So that's what I mean by realizing a lot of things, and also realizing that, you know, everything's deception, everything's to keep you distracted. That's what I also realized even more when I made a couple videos about that in the past, and look at me now. Still, I feel like I'm still in the same position. Like, I haven't really done anything significant with my life, and that's what it feels like, and it sucks. But then I'm realizing, like, you know, I'm only 23. I still have a lot of time, but time is ticking, and it's ticking quick. All right, at the same time. Okay, I still have time, but time is ticking quick. And, you know, you can make money anytime, right? You can make money anytime, depending how hard you hustle. But time is something you cannot get back. Just remember that. You can make money anytime, but time is something you can't get back. So you have to use your time wisely. And also going to the weed. Okay, with weed, it's been part of my life until I turned, even when I turned of legal age to buy it at a dispensary, right? 21 years old. And I was going hard when I turned 21. I was doing drugs. I was doing all kinds of drugs. I was drinking a lot. I was smoking, just having fun, you know, like living life. And then weed was just stuck to me for almost as long as I'm here now. And I had to slowly but surely like just let go weed, throw all my shit away, and never ever touch weed ever again. Because with weed, it will be fun at first. You know, I miss that. I miss when I first smoked. Being high was fun, but being high now, it's just regret. It's just, what am I doing? I'm wasting time. You're wasting time when you smoke weed. I hope you know that. But if you're one of those that find benefit in smoking weed, you know, Medicaid benefits, whatever, if you still find benefit in getting high, you enjoy getting high, keep getting high, keep smoking weed. Nobody's stopping you. Do what you want. But to the people that actually want to change their life, that actually are feeling the negative sides, are in the same position as I am, lonely and depressed, it's time to get the fuck up and actually realize, hey, you know, you can only binge watch so many self-improvement videos. But if you're going to watch them, only watch somebody that stands out to you the most, that inspires you. It might be me. It might be more popular YouTuber than me that's giving you this advice and giving you like their backstory. Like, my advice is, if you're going to go on the self-improvement journey, which you should, you will see the benefits. I have done a couple things within the self-improvement that has gotten me to this point, but there's more improvement that should be made. You know, I'm still depressed. Like, internally, I still feel depressed, and I hate to admit it. But making this video is like therapy. And my advice with that is just watch the video, and if it helps you even more, take notes. If the advice stands out to you specifically, if it stands out to you, it applies to your life, write it down and apply it to your freaking life and move on. You don't have to binge watch all these videos, because I've been there before. I still do it. You know what I mean? I'm not shitting on people that binge watch these videos. I do the same thing. We're all similar, but we can improve on that. Just apply that shit to your life and just use it, and you will see the benefits. It's not going to happen overnight. You know what I mean? Hard work and blood, sweat, and tears to get to where you want to be, a successful person, is not going to happen overnight. And I know that. But looking at my life, I'm like realizing that I'm wasting a lot of time. You know, I'm working a 9 to 5, and it's getting to the point where I'm like, okay, now I need to figure out what I'm going to do with this money. First of all, I need to get my financial situation fixed up, because I've been spending too much money. So I need to live below my means, not buy shit that I don't need, because that's what I was doing. I was going hardcore, buying a shitload of clothes, buying all this drug, buying all this other bullshit that gave me temporary dopamine. Fuck all that, you know? It's time to just be sober. Just enjoy. When was the last time you were sober? When was the last time you were sober? The last time I was on a full sober streak was before I even touched all this stuff that I touched. Was it a great experience? Most of the time? Yeah, it was. It was great. But there was times where it wasn't. And, you know, with weed, I loved it. It was a love-hate relationship with weed. But then I had to let it go for good, because it was just no benefit to it. It just made me feel stupid, didn't remember a lot of things. My anxiety was at an all-time high. It still is high. Social anxiety especially. And it's just, I know I need to force myself to be out there to experience these things, good or bad. That's just part of life. You go through shit. Everybody goes through shit. There's ups and downs in life. You're at an all-time high or you're at an all-time low. But then if you're a strong-minded person, physically and mentally strong, you can get back up and fucking keep doing it. So stop being a bitch and get back up and keep fucking grinding to wherever you need to get to. I don't know who the fuck you are, but you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. If I can make an effort to make a video about what I'm talking about, you can do the same thing too, and make other people aware, help other people out. And I hope this video helps people out, because to my close friends and my family, if you guys are watching this, you know, this is just stuff that I wouldn't normally talk about to anybody, not even my friends or nobody. I'm just talking to the camera, and I'm putting this on the internet to millions of people to see. If this blows up or whatever. If it doesn't, then oh well. But if it doesn't, okay, sure. I hope it does. I hope it just gets out to a lot of people to realize, like, you're not alone in this. You know, I'm in the same boat as you. You know, I feel like there's people out there that are in the same boat as me. Everything I just said. And we can improve upon that. You know? This video is more of a waking up call for me, for anybody else. If this video randomly pops up on your feed, it's a sign to let you know, like, hey, you're not in this alone. We're all in here struggling too internally, but we can combat that by just doing better things in our life. You know, not being controlled by the man, because that's what the man does. The man keeps you in slavery. Like, slavery hasn't gone anywhere if you think about it. Debt, credit, you know, and in this country, in America, you know, debt is like very, very common, because a lot of people, including myself, spend a lot of money on credit cards, right? We use our credit cards to buy stuff to pay later. You know, now that you have these services, Klarna, Affirm, you know, and even your own bank too is like, oh, you can pay this later. You can pay bi-weekly. You pay it a month later. Buying a freaking product, are you kidding me? The most logic, common sense way to get what you want is just to buy it in outright cash. Cash is still around. Cash is king. And I'm fully aware that they're pushing this agenda of the digital currency. I know the mark of the beast, you know, in the Bible, all that stuff. I know. Trust me, I'm fully aware of it. And telling you, you need to do this, you need to do that to improve your life. You need to wake up at this time. It's just like, no, you really don't need to do that. Everybody is going at their own path in life. And heading to all I just said, social media. Social media. Oh, man. Let me tell you about something about social media. It is nothing but a service, an app to snitch on yourself, to seek from others for validation, to care truly what others think, and to show a life that you really aren't living. People revolve their, like, you could tell every day that I go out, you know, when I work in the service industry, in the restaurant industry, that's where I work, by the way, and even day-to-day life, you can tell the way people act is, you can tell their whole life revolves around social media. You know, they care about how many followers they have. They care about how many likes they have. And I was like that at one point too. I was like that, you know, like I said, I was like that when I was young. I cared. I took these fly ass photos of my outfits and stuff, and I was like, shit, I'm gonna post it. And now it's like, yeah, I post, but I don't post as much as I used to. And going on social media is just depressing at this point. And then, you know, just taking a break from it, even for like a couple hours, is very nice, because you're not in the loop of like caring what others think. Oh, another big thing too I forgot to point out is another big thing with social media, comparing yourself to others. Now, that's been a very common thing in human society for a long time, and it still is to this day. It's like, I go on Instagram, I go on somebody's story I follow, and they're doing 100 times better than me in their life, and I get jealous and envious. And it's a feeling you shouldn't really feel. Okay, congrats to them. They fucking worked hard. They did it in silence. And that's the most important thing. They say not to be mysterious, sure, but just be who you are as a person. But there's this quote. I'll tell you a little backstory. This video might go for a while because I have a lot to talk about. And that's what I mean with social media. It's just, if you can try to take a break from it for at least a day, like no social media for a day, which I know a lot of you can't, but just freaking try it. Just try it. And just at least try it for a day, and you're gonna see at first that, oh my god, I have a lot of anxiety. You know what I mean? Like, day to day, everybody's on their phone. That's normal social. That's what society is. You know, back then, when our parents were young as us, they didn't have phones. They had to like literally go to a phone line and talk to somebody. They had to use a pager. I know what a pager is, and I wasn't even born in that generation in the 90s. Okay, I wasn't born during that time. But they had to interact. Like, they had to talk to people. You had to talk to people to get to where you're at. You know what I'm saying? And now you have the convenience of phones like this, where I'm making a video, and you can, you know, you can do a lot with a phone. You can make your whole career from a phone. But that's what society is. This is 2023. This is what society is, and it's just depressing. Just all these agendas that they're pushing, you know, like the Zesty agenda, freaking COVID, trying to, you know, digital scanning and all this other bullshit, and then the Israel-Palestine war, just to keep you distracted. It's just to keep you distracted. Sports will always keep you distracted. If you're into sports, it's keeping you distracted. It's scripted entertainment. I'm sorry to break it to you, but it is scripted. If you want to debate, that's fine. You do what you want. I'm not going to go out of my way to debate with you. I'm just putting it out there, and I'm very going to stay firm with my opinion that it's scripted. The celebrities you look at, they're not human. They're not human. They're not. They're all like clones, bots, or whatever, just to keep you distracted. You know, and don't get me wrong, I mean, me saying all that, and I went to a Travis Scott concert on Sunday, you know, because I love his music to this day, since high school, you know, rodeo days, and seeing him the second time. The first time I saw him was Astroworld, his Astroworld tour, which was awesome, by the way. But, you know, he was one of the only artists, maybe another one, that I would actually go out of my way to go see live. Because, you know, I feel like with certain artists that stand out to you the most, that you appreciate, you love, and I don't look to them as God. I don't look to Travis Scott as God, you know, like, yeah, he's not human, but in a way, he's just like us, you know, he thinks, he poops, he pees, he eats food, he interacts with people, just like we do every day on a day-to-day basis, but because of his music and the way he puts himself out there, very smart. And, you know, there's a quote that stood out to me the most. So I'm not going to keep this video any longer. I'm going to end it soon. But I want to end this on a good note. This was much needed. I felt like me just saying what I needed to say, even if it's to myself or on the internet, it's just to, like I said, let you guys know that you are not like in the same boat as me. You are not alone. Even younger, take the advice that I said, if I said some advice in there, but also listen to my backstory, you know. And you know what? My advice to you youngins that are struggling too, just know that you have a lot of time and you have the power of the internet, okay? The internet is going to be your best friend, and networking with people that are on the same mindset as you is the rarest thing ever. But trust me, they're out there, and manifestation is so important, because the more you manifest things, the more likely it's going to happen. And what do I mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is write a mantra. What a mantra is basically your storyboard of yourself, a storyboard of your life. What do you see your life in within the next 5 to 10 years, 20, 30 years? Okay, I see myself with a nice house, a wife and kids, a nice car, you know, lots of money, a good paying job, or my own business, whatever the heck, whatever you want to achieve, you can fucking achieve it by manifesting. They say, oh, you know, manifesting it's not good, it's evil, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I will agree on one side that manifestation can be dangerous. Why can it be dangerous? Well, the reason why it can be dangerous is because you are going to think at first, like, okay, me manifesting this situation or being with this girl or whatever, oh, it's going to be great, it's going to be great. You know, this is going to be fantastic. When it actually happens, which it will, because remember, you manifested that, but then it turns out horribly. So you manifested the wrong thing, and the outcome became shittier. That is possible. That's why manifestation can also be dangerous. You manifest the wrong things in your life, and something you can't take back, because once it happens, it happens. Now, the benefit to it, the pro to it, is manifesting the right things in your life. What do you want in life? What do you want to achieve that you know you're going to get? You got to say to yourself, I know for a fact that this is going to happen. I know for a fact I'm going to get this dream car. I know for a fact that I'm going to get this house. I'm going to have money. I'm going to have a successful business. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Write it down. Go on Google Images. Draw it yourself. Your own board. Put on your phone. Read it to yourself every single day. Every day, and it will start to happen. But you need to put in the work too. You can't just manifest and then wait for it to happen. That's not how it works. You manifest it, read it every single day. This is how I got this car. I'm proving to y'all. I'll prove to y'all how manifestation really works. So the backstory and how I manifested to get this baby right here, means transportation, which I'm very thankful for, by the way, was I saw my friend, same age as me, and we both worked at the same grocery store. I worked at Albertsons, and my friend, I'm not going to name him, but shout out to him. He's my homie, still my dog to this day. And, you know, if you're watching this, bro, shout out to you. You know who I'm talking about. So he wanted to always get a truck, you know. He had an old like 1970s truck he's maintained and took care of. Then he eventually got a Ford F-150, which he financed at CarMax and all. And I looked at that and I was like, oh, really? And I'm looking at my spending and I'm looking at myself. I'm like, shit, if he could get a fucking car and he's the same age as me and he has a hustle, I could do it too. Because I was realizing I was spending a lot of money relying on my dad's car, and I wanted to be independent. I was really pushing for that independence. So I asked advice. I asked around, you know, the people that I truly care about that will actually help me. I was asking them advice and stuff like that. And then every day I was like, I'm going to get this car. I know for a fact I'm going to get a car. I'm going to get a car. I'm going to get a car. Every day I was manifesting that. And then the day came. It was February, I remember, 2022, February, before I transitioned to a new job, before my life leveled up further than the Albertsons career. Boom, the day came. I got my tax return, put a pretty decent down payment on the car, and then what I manifested, it happened. I have my car. So that's what I mean by manifestation. When you manifest the right things, it will happen. But I'm going to end this video on a good note because I wanted to also add that in. There's a quote that stood out to me. And it says, rules to success. Never tell anyone everything you know. The reason why I can say that on here and let you guys know that is because that's advice that's very rare to come around. Nobody really ever tells you that. You notice that? I don't know if you notice, maybe there is YouTubers that have said that, or influencers, but nobody's ever really said that quote. Rules to success, never tell anyone everything you know. And I don't know who said that, but whoever said that, shout out to you for that. The backstory behind finding that quote was I was going on a trip. I went on a trip to San Diego in September during my birthday with my roommate. So we both went and we had a great time over there. And then the next day, you know, after the first day we were hanging out and doing our thing out there, we woke up early in the morning and we hit this breakfast joint called California Breakfast Republic. Now, if you're in California, in that area, or pretty sure there's others in California of that breakfast joint, go try it. It is legit, okay? It is legit. California Breakfast Republic. Legit, okay? Really good food. But going back to what I was saying about the quote, so, you know, we're finished up eating, and then I was like, all right, we'll pay the bill, and then I'm gonna hit the bathroom. And I forgot that over there they got they got codes to go to the bathroom, right? Pretty much everywhere in California. Understandable. So then I asked the waitress, I was like, hey, you know, what's the code to the bathroom? She tells me the code. I walk and go into the bathroom. I take a piss, and the bathroom was just reminded me of those unique bathrooms that always have like funny shit to fuck with you. But this was like different, because when I went in the bathroom, I swear it was just like this giant like picture of a woman with giant aviators, like a mirror, and there was text on the top, and it was playing the song called "I'm Happy" by Will Ferrell, or the singer. You know what I'm talking about, the one that sings "'Cause I'm happy," you know what I'm talking about. So I'm washing my hands, and I look right above the text, and it says, look down at the sink. And that's where I saw the quote. I look at the bottom of the sink, it says, rules to success. Never tell anyone everything you know. And I was like, whoa, that's a sign. You know what I mean? You will start to realize when you manifest things and you're actually doing the things you're manifesting, actually dream. There's so many ways that whatever, if it's God, the universe, or whatever being is out there that are showing you the signs. Could be in your dreams, could be in life, like as you go day-to-day life, not thinking anything of it, you might stumble upon across what I stumbled on. To me, that's a sign. And I had a dream of being with some girl like a couple days ago when I took a nap. I don't know who it was, but then in the dream I remembered my coworkers were there, and it was just some girl. It was a mysterious girl that might be my future girlfriend. Who knows who that might be? But if it is, and I know she is going to be, whoever that mysterious girl was in my dream, she's going to be my wife, and I know that's going to happen. See what I just did there? I manifested what's going to happen for me. So I want to come back. My ideal goal with this video is just to set a stone. If I can go back to this video, if I'm at an all-time low of my life, just rewatch what I was talking about, but also come back within 6 months maybe, or a couple months or so, and upload another video and show you guys, hey, like, this is where I'm at in my life now, you know. And I want you guys to do the same thing. If you guys want, like, what we should do is, if I upload another video, you guys can tell me in the comments, like, hey, like, this is what I'm doing in my life, you know. You can, and feel free to tell your backstory about you, your life as a person. Maybe other people can relate to you in the comment section if you guys want to comment below this video. So I hope this video helps you guys. It helped me, certainly. It was just like self-therapy, just to remind me, like, hey, you're fine. Just realize what you're doing right now is a waste of time, and in a way a waste of money. So you need to get your shit together and do what you need to do to get where you want to be. So I hope this video helps you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm out.